Hello friends, good morning, welcome back to the garden. My name's Christopher, and in this video I'm talking about how I'm using this old baker's rack, repurposing it as my new potting bench in the garden. Before we get started, as always, if you like anything that you see in the garden, do check out that product link to Vego Gardens down in the description below. I'm not paid directly by them, but I do participate in their affiliate marketing, so you can click that link, go shop. Nothing costs you anymore, but I do get a little kickback to buy cool gardening things to make great gardening videos. Thank you very much. Now on to the project. Well, this video is really bittersweet. I built this potting bench 9 years ago, almost a full decade, back when my gardening was just starting to take off and this space was expanding bigger than my wildest dreams. Creating this in the first place was something that I was really proud of, because it added beauty into this space that had literally been a junkyard at one point. And what gardener doesn't want some place to put their pots and, fill them up and put their tools and put their coffee when they're coming out here and just add some beauty into the garden. So when I first made it, I painted it red. That was lovely. I hope I'm showing some B-roll of that happening. And then, 5 years later, I gave it a fresh coat of purple, and I replaced some boards that had rotted. That was really the beginning of the end. After 3 years, because of the kind of wood I made it out of, I just made it out of standard pine. If I were to go back and tell myself 10 years ago, hey, invest in treated lumber when you're doing this, or maybe make the whole thing out of cedar, we wouldn't be making this video. But as it is, after nearly a decade of wear and tear, the legs have rotted. They're not all the same size. You can see right here, the center of the table has collapsed, except for these two pieces that I replaced years ago. And it's not just a simple matter of putting some new screws or maybe bolts into this. The support beams underneath are completely rotten. The same goes for the base. There are gaping holes from where things have just rotted away, because this lives outside and it's made of wood. Wood plus water plus heat plus sunlight plus time will rot away. And so, continuing the theme of longevity, things lasting for a long time in the garden, as I'm building with raised beds and metal T-posts and wire frames, I'll be replacing this wooden potting bench with a new baker's rack, new to me baker's rack, metal, meant to be indoor-outdoor use, and it's a little bit smaller, so that's going to be the new spiel. So we're going to take this away and out with the old and with the new to me, but with a little bit of reverence for what it meant to me. Oh gosh, there it goes. I'm sure you've noticed that this was filmed over 2 days. Yesterday I just didn't like the lighting. There was nothing I could really do about the time that I was working at. Half of this was in the light, half of it was underneath the shade. I do purposefully put all of this in the corner of my garden, underneath this great big beautiful maple tree, because it gets hot, right? Most of my garden gets direct sunlight. It's one of the only places in my whole house, or my whole property, that does, which is why the vegetable garden is here. Some gets more shade, some gets less, and of course I plant the appropriate varieties where it needs to be. But in general, I try to stay covered with long sleeves, sunblock, and so working underneath this tree is beneficial for me. I've got my chair over here, the large tools that I keep outside in any weather. They'll be a little bit more hidden from the sun, UV degradation here, and the same goes for the baker's rack, for the potting bench I should say. So this is outside no matter what, in winter snow, summer rain, hot UV, winds, and unlike my old potting bench, which was beautiful, made of wood, that lasted for years, this should last for decades, right? We are reimagining the garden to last for decades instead of years. I've got the wire T-posts, the metal raised beds, the cattle panel thick gauge wire arch trellises, now the metal potting bench. Right? I want things that will last longer. This was a steal for me. I got it off of the Facebook Marketplace for a whole $25. In fact, it was going cheaper than most because it was missing the top table that usually goes across here in between these two spaces. And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a big deep space right here so that I could put some buckets into, and I might even put some taller buckets in the future. But one, you see, I'm using as a trash. I don't know about you, but when I'm out in the garden, I'll have bags of things. You know, if I'm adding some fertilizer or signs for your vegetables, they can go in there. Random things that you pull out of the ground. I've got clay soil, and we actually, where we're growing, used to be a city dump. So as I'm digging, sometimes I pull up old pieces of pottery or glass and just broken things, trash, instead of just putting them in my pocket. It's surprisingly nice to have. And the second one is actually for soil. If you look at a lot of contemporary potting benches, and I'll show some B-roll right now of one of my favorites from Vego you can take a look at. Contemporary potting benches include a well specifically for soil. While you're filling up your pots, you can just dig in and incorporate it there. And the system that I use in my garden is I have a half barrel that I just keep with excess soil that's already been amended, right? It's my usual mix of native soil, perlite, peat moss, maybe some sand. And so now I've got a smaller version of that. So when I'm filling up some of these tiny pots that I have up here, I'll probably put some with some trailing flowers to go on the south side of this baker's rack potting bench. I can just fill it up from right here. And when this empties, I go fill it up from my half barrel. It's a nice little system. I'm going to play with it for a while and see what works. This particular size also forces me not to keep so much junk out here. Right on the bottom, I've got a couple extra buckets. I like to keep a couple empties on hand for when I dig something up and share it with a friend and neighbor. That's what these are good to recycle for. Small pots up there, some deer repellent, and we'll just see what else. Obviously, my coffee come out in the morning. Bada bing, bada boom. That's handy. So tell me about your potting bench. Do you have one at all? Do you like the idea of repurposing this? I found it on Pinterest, and once I started seeing them, I just fell in love with it. Aesthetically, take a look at this. It's got the arch. I have many arches in my garden. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6. It's the 6th arch. So we've got a theme that's going on. This has, you know, the twists and curves, vines and other plants, and of course it's a similar shade of green to everything else in the garden. So aesthetically, it makes a lot more sense. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video that's more on theory of repurposing these for the garden instead of building something or growing anything. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff, okay? And then get out in your garden. See you next time. Bye.